Welcome, everybody. I'm so pleased to have a couple of guests from Palm today. We've got Straith and Ryan. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hi, so good to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. Um, so, Straith, do you want to get going? Do you want to give an introduction? How did you get into Palm and what you're up to?
Sure. Yeah, so I'm the executive creative director at Palm. Palm, which I know you're familiar with, but just for the broader community, we're a technology platform. We're also a Web3 production studio, and our focus is really on building deep and immersive fan experiences on chain. We do that with you, we do that with the DC community. We also do that with some of the world's leading creators, including Damien Hirst and studios like Warner Brothers and labels like Universal Music. Prior to joining Palm, I led creative at Vice, working across their commercial and editorial documentary production teams. I also worked at Mozilla, building their internet health platform
Oh,
and
wow.
starting a podcast that explores the space between our URL and IRL identities. And before that, I led creative projects at BitTorrent, where I worked really closely with a team building a new platform for artist streaming and remuneration. So like I've worked in tech, like I've worked in traditional media.
Mm,
What
mm,
I'm really excited about is working with people like you on new models for storytelling and what
mm.
we can do to sustain and nurture a really resilient creative culture.
Awesome. I know you were under pressure there to get your intros going so that Ryan could get in. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just condense it down a little
yeah,
bit, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Just
Ryan,
the
do you want to,
highlights, just the
yeah,
hits.
tell us a bit about yourself? Um,
Yeah, Ryan, senior 3D designer at Palm. I like to make things. I make lots of things here. On the 2D graphics and 3D graphics side.
mm,
Before Palm, nothing much before Palm. This Palm is the start of
Palm is
everything.
it. Yeah, you were
No,
born with Palm.
no,
Yeah.
but I've been a designer for a long time.
Mm,
I don't have quite as cool of a rap sheet as Straith. Not too many crazy places. But yeah, I've been interested in NFTs and the Web3 community for a long time. You know, chatting with the founders of Nifty Gateway before they launched in 2017. So I've been watching this space for a while. And when I saw an opening at Palm,
mm,
I had to take it. So I went for it.
mm. Wow, that's amazing. Um, that's a good initial question actually. Like, how did you get started with Web3, and like, how do you see this going? Because there's a lot of creative people at Palm, and I'm so happy to actually, because we got the building a rap sheet for myself. So
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything to do with anything until I love BATCOWLS. So that's the start for me. I just created a few videos myself to, with a few friends that I thought, yeah, that'll be cool. No one's doing it. And then like I'm so happy for you guys to actually be here, like come out behind the scenes, take some time out of your day to show us, yeah, like not just Backhouse, but this generative AI tool. But before we get going with that, like, what is your entry to Web3, or like how do you see Palm? Well, actually, I guess Palm is it's built in, well, it's its own, like, blockchain and whatever else. But how do you see that whole thing playing out? And what does it take from design to like someone's idea to a creative process behind the scenes, or is everything in a roadmap, or do you
Mhm.
wait for the votes or something? I don't know. Like, how does it work? Like, do you wanna? Who wants to take that? Do you?
Well,
Who wants to take it first? And yeah, I know. Maybe that's a bit off the cuff too much, but
no, no, that's good. I think maybe we'll break it down into a couple different questions. I mean, I think like talking about how we got into Web3 and sort of like why Palm, like I think in a lot of ways when we think about the future of Web3 or we think about the future of NFTs, like what we're talking about is the future of media. And I think like we can all agree that for for as fast as like the Web 2 media landscape has evolved, of course, like I've been part of that evolution, like with Vice, like it's still really broken for brands. It's still really broken for artists. It's still really broken for fan communities. And I think like our goal from the very beginning was to think about how to imagine another way. And in imagining it, like also build it with people like you, like with the community, and with the communities that we work in, whether it's BATCOWLS or whether it's, fans of artists like Damien Hirst. But I think that what we're looking at is a way of telling stories that's fundamentally different. And to be able to bring that to life requires working in close collaboration with the community, which is something that we're really excited about. So that's question one, but there's also, well, let's stop at question one. And then I think we could talk a little bit about the creative process.
Hmm. If you have anything to add, Ryan, if not, then that's cool. But I know you mentioned it a little bit as well. How did you fall
Mhm.
into it? Was it just like how did yeah? Was it crypto at first, and then
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've been into, crypto and all that stuff for a long time, probably since like 2013.
hmm,
Because I'm just a fan of emerging tech in
hmm.
general.
How
So
much
that
Bitcoin
was
did you buy?
sadly zero. Zero.
Oh,
Oh no.
Uh,
me
yeah.
too. I faded the CS:GO skins, and there was a 50p skin, 50p sticker that's now worth $70,000. So
Oh,
I'm in the
Oof.
same boat. But hey, we're here, right?
We're
And back out
here.
to the moon, baby. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's what
yeah.
matters. I mean, I fully see, you know, the future is NFTs, and not just of art. Any type of legal binding document that needs to be accessible and proven to be authentic is what that's what the blockchain is, and what it does. So I fully see, real estate contracts and stuff like that being on chain, and a world where we can walk to the grocery store and pay for stuff with a crypto wallet. I think that's in the next 10 years.
With Pepe, right? Obviously, yeah.
With Pepe, yeah, with I guess the grocery store has to accept that, but for sure.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was
Imagining trying to pay with Pepe. Imagine accurate
that would
space.
be that would be ultimate. Yeah, funny. So would you say Backhouse is the first Palm project that you guys have? Because I guess we're going to talk about that a bit today, or did you say you did some nifty stuff as well, or are we just am I on the right track here?
The first project that the studio launched was in 2021. It was the Currency Project,
Mm,
which we built with Damien Hirst. I think like for
yes.
us as a studio, again, to kind of start with a project that's like a provocation around value. Like you can choose to keep the digital NFT and burn the physical painting, or you can choose to burn the physical painting and keep the digital NFT. And so that very much was our starting point as a studio. And I think like one of the key takeaways that's really informed a lot of what we've built since, including BATCOWLS. I think there's so many takeaways for me around that project, around the power of a participatory artwork. Like the currency doesn't exist without people participating in it, without people collecting it, without people making a choice. And that type of framework is something that we learned from and applied in some ways to BATCOWLS too, wherein the comic series that we're creating is one that needs to be shaped by fans. So
Mm,
there was a participatory component of that first project that taught us a lot, that we
mm,
carried forward. And then I think there's kind of like the other one that's just around sort of it's a truth of the space. Like ownership is transformative, and trying to make that as visceral an experience as possible is something that we try to carry through, and bring to life across everything that we touch. So that kind of, as a touchstone project, was our first as a studio,
mm,
and has sort of reverberations in a lot of what we make now.
mm. Wow, we can go to absolutely everything right now, but we have to contain ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, where do you want to go? Yeah, I know I've sent you a rap sheet of where like the questions and stuff. But I'll let you take the lead. Where do you want to go from here? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go and talk about the chain letter, maybe? The one that the blog that you guys have posted up, because that was quite good and kind of. Do you want me to feature that a little bit? Uh,
Yeah, I think we could talk about that. I mean, that would be a cool place to start. I think it'd be cool to talk about maybe for Ryan to talk about the generative tool a bit, and then I want to talk about what you're most excited about too. Like I think we should go behind the scenes of BATCOWLS a bit. So
Sure.
I'll
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do want to just jump straight in there, but that would be giving everyone a disservice. I want us to kind of, I want us to get warmed
make
up
it
for it.
fit
You
for
know?
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get warmed up for it. Yeah. So let's go. Let's go do that. Let me just get the link for 'cause I know Palm sends me emails. So let me just get.
I think we send you a lot of emails.
Yes, especially. But I'm very excited about this art maker thing, which I did download today. By the way, 20 gigabytes. Wow, that is serious stuff right now. But let me yeah, there we go. Chain letter. Let me just bring this up.
Cool.
Yeah, and then share it. So, yeah, talk to me a bit more about this then.
Sure. Yeah. So where to begin? I think our goal with Chain Letter is to kind of create a place where we can explore and look at and really celebrate emerging Web3 culture. I think that the name Chain Letter for us kind of harkens back to what is like sort of a unique media artifact, like a chain letter that you would get in your email, or kind of like these Y2K things that, well, I don't know. I guess my parents sometimes send me chain letters, so maybe it's a piece of boomer technology that persists. But but to me, it's like kind of interesting because a chain letter, it will promise you the secret to life, or wealth, or health, or maybe a curse if you don't pass it on. And
Mm.
there's this aspect of a chain letter that becomes a prophecy that you fulfill by participating. That felt really interesting to us. So there's a goal within this, more than anything else, to give somebody kind of a canvas or a question to answer and fill in. The first issue of this magazine is about generativity, because that's something that Ryan and me and the creative team here have been really deeply exploring over the course of the past couple of months, and even the past year, working on BATCOWLS, working on generative software.
Mm.
So kind of through this, we want to share the tools that you might need for working in this medium, and to sort of bring to life the lived experience of people who are working in this medium, and really just kind of provide some resources for people who want to explore more or learn about what it means to collaborate with code.
This is crazy. I feel like we can actually talk about some of these articles like for an hour each, right? Like it's crazy. Where do you want to go? So I'm obviously driving, but do you want to click from a
Sure.
particular?
I mean, I think we can go through any of them if you want to kind of like click around.
Okay,
Um,
this one. But I guess that's gonna be
I think
Ryan.
this is the one to click into. Like, I think this is the one to click into. I think um, we would love to share a little bit more about the tool that we've been working on,
Mm,
and kind of what it does. And this is a preview of one of the windows they're in. So maybe I'll
mm,
hand it over to Ryan here.
mm. Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think this is a really special piece of tech that we've released here.
Mm,
As a person that's an artist and doesn't know how to code, but am enamored at the how cool generative art can be. It's really something that we wanted to build for us so we could use it, and through the process of making this tool for ourselves to further our collections, we realized like this has to be released to the world for everyone to see it, because something like
mm,
this just didn't exist before.
mm,
It wasn't really a thing. You could download a couple plugins here and there for certain softwares, or you know use async art has a really cool feature where you can upload different layers of images and make a generative project that way. But nothing that like you could own has been out there. Um,
So,
so
in a nutshell, what would you say? Would you say, in the simplest form, if you've never used it before? I mean, in fact, would you like to share your screen for the tool? Do you want to go into it, or do you want me to? Do you just say, like, do you just need a bunch of images and then some rarities in your head, and then, because I guess it meshes a bunch of images together on some parameters, right? I mean, is that like
yeah,
a rudimentary description, or please dumb it down for me
um,
as much as possible?
that's no, that's definitely an aspect of what it can do. So basically, you can. It doesn't need to be for an NFT project, but that's we can. That's all. Those are all terms that we understand. So
Mm,
in a classic generative project, a 10K collection, you're gonna have you know categories of items.
mm,
So you have eyes, and you have a shirt, and you have a hat. Um, and within those categories, there's different traits. So you might have 10 hats and 10 shirts and 10
mm,
eyes.
yeah. Mm,
So what this allows you to do is define all those
mm,
and run that through an algorithm that
mm,
will give you all these variations that you wouldn't necessarily have picked by yourself by hand,
mm.
but a an algorithm, a computer might assign these things in this like really kind of beautiful randomness.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, it basically does all that on top of being able to also tell generative stories within the descriptions, and that's another thing that definitely wasn't out there before, but that's something that we're really passionate here about. We have an amazing senior director of story, Caitlin Burns, who you everyone's familiar with, and her magic that she can write. Um, so we've tied that in with our image making abilities. So each individual thing you see on screen. So right here in this little sample window, you can see there's a little halo thing around this blob. Some stuff, some like a cube floating over there. There's a portal on the wall to the left.
Mm.
Um, all of those things can have individual pieces
Nuance.
of description that kind of refer to that piece of the image, and then that can also be generative within those things. So you can have 10 different possibilities for what the piece of the story would say, and it'll randomly generate into the description and the metadata of that image itself.
Okay, so in terms of, I guess you guys have said you'll be releasing some video, like step by step soon, right?
Mhm.
For actually trying to get like someone like who's never touched Unreal Engine before, which obviously myself being
Yeah.
included. What are you? Is there a way for them to then um submit that to kind of get someone? Obviously that's a full-time job for you to go for absolutely everything, like that people have done, but I don't know, what is the thought process? Are they just going to be able to have some images ready for to upload to OpenSea for their collection, or how does it normally work in
I
general?
mean, so the tool is off chain. It's not something that is connected to a blockchain in particular.
Mm,
So what it generates is images or videos,
mm.
um, and hopefully soon also 3D files we are working on,
Mm.
and
Oh yeah.
a piece of metadata with
Mm.
that. So that's the output of that, and that would need to then be taken to a an OpenSea or an ArtBlocks where they can you know use the image combined with the metadata to put
Well,
that on chain.
that would be really cool. And again, I don't want to invade on your creative process whatsoever, but it would be really cool if you know it was easy enough to be like, okay, it generates these files. Refer to, I don't know, said article about how to, what to do with these files afterwards and stuff. I mean, that would be so cool, right? I mean, I bet we can't wait for what comes next, and I'm really happy for you guys releasing this. And I guess another question will be is so I guess I'll stop sharing this one now. Is what was the oop, it's blurring a little bit, but okay, so all good now. Um, so what is the purpose of what do you guys want to achieve from releasing this? Um, and what are you hoping to see? I guess is one of those
I
things.
I mean, I think just
You must be
the
thinking.
the fact that it's available to anyone who wants it,
Mm,
as a creator, it's out there and it's ready to be used. It's just another tool really
mm, mm,
for creatives.
mm,
I mean, you guys in particular, the backhow community is so creative.
mm.
So just giving artists
That
and
too.
people interested in generative design, a way to do that, a way to make generative stuff without necessarily needing a coder friend or having to code themselves. It's just it feels good that it's out there, I think, and
Mm, mm.
anyone can use it and try
Is
it.
it this same tool you guys use or similar tool you use, or is it you have a
Um,
more advanced version and this is like a
No, so
watered
we
down
don't.
version?
This is what we will be using. It's not exactly what made the Backout collection.
Mm.
Um, we took our learnings from that collection in the process of making the
So
Backhouse
in
and applied
theory, you could have created the back cow collection here. Is that what you're telling me?
100%. Yeah, and hope
Really? No
we
way.
we actually hope to recreate the Backhouse in this tool.
Don't
Uh,
upset me. You're not gonna touch back house now. It's done. It's 10,000. It's done. Don't upset me.
Not exactly for that.
We're
Uh,
not gonna touch them, but
no.
maybe another collection will come along
Yeah.
that will use this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're allowed to say that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I guess
I
it's been
just wanted to
hinted
say it.
before. I mean, it's been hinted by Andrew actually on
Yeah.
Saturday, so
Mhm.
it's all good. I am so excited, honestly. And by the way, I'm only joking about the. I mean, to be honest, a lot of people have been coming up and saying, "How about we do this to the back calculation?" And then I remember it was an open question before, and Matt was like, "Okay, do you guys want to change stuff? Do you want to be adding stuff?" He was so open to all of that, and then like a lot of people came up and said, "No," like, and obviously me. Before I remember I minted seven, and I think I only like one of them. I was like, yes, go ahead, change it. But then there are people like, no, you're not gonna change it. Um, it's pretty. I think a lot of people have like went ahead and bought the cows that they wanted already, and it's more difficult now. But I think we'll get to back cows. I'm very obviously very passionate about it right now. But is there anything else on the chain letter that you want to discuss, Straith? I know that you mentioned the significance of generative art as predating AI. Is there anything else that you want to talk about generative art in general before we go in straight?
Mm, I guess the only other thing that I'll say just to add to what Ryan has said is like I think we're just deeply excited to see what this tool will do in the hands of other creators. Like it's meaningful for us in a studio and obviously it contributes to our process and the collections that we're developing, but the whole point is to make this accessible to as many people as possible. Like I think that generativity and being able to create this way to collaborate with code, like to think about sort of outputs as systemic as opposed to singular is going to be kind of a key skill set for artists and designers. And so to be able to release this tool feels really personally significant, but also like hopefully additive to culture. I think, I mean, the conversation around generativity right now is hot, like just because I mean, we have so many new tools at our fingertips now.
Mm,
Like
mm.
everybody can use like Dolly, everybody can use Chat GPT, everybody can use Mid Journey. And I think it becomes easier within that context to understand what it means to work this way. But this is a mode of working that has been around for quite some time. Like everything new is also like really old. Like you could say that like ancient art practices like basket weaving are generative because they're rooted in patterns. I think like what we're trying to do is just to increase the tool set that people have at their disposal so that there will be more BATCOWLS or there will be more generative collections that can build out this world, or that you as somebody who's interested in trying to create this way like have the ability to do so. So I think that's all I would add. Like it's just about improving access at the end of the day.
I think it'll be a. Would you? What would you say? What would you tell? Like an artist, let's say you've got art. You wanna upload your art to a small collection. I would say, right? Maybe I don't know, 50, like not 10,000, because
Yeah.
let's say you don't have an audience. You just have a Twitter. Yeah, you've done some art, or your granddad or your mom or your sister's done it, and you just want to do this for them. Would you say that this is a good? Because I've again the other one of the other things I've read on your blogs is linking the patron and the artist together in the same experience with the, I guess, with the reveal process.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to take steal your thunder, but would you say anything? Would you give any advice to like budding artists?
Ryan, do you have any good advice?
Um, I mean, just like really really sappy stuff. Don't quit. Failure is good. It's all learning experience. um Take inspiration from nature. Even as a digital artist, working primarily in 3D space, I think it's really important to go outside, and as like touch a tree. As much of a meme as that is,
Touch
it's where you get so like you get so much information from nature. There's texture and color and shape. It's all just there in front of you.
Mm,
So I think that's really important. That's something that I do frequently. um but yeah, I mean, and I think that just learn new stuff too. I'm constantly learning new things. To be honest with you, I didn't know Unreal up until a year ago. So I wasn't working in it. I had opened it a couple times because
It's
ooh,
crazy
like
to me.
cool
You're too good at your
technology.
job.
But yeah, I just don't stop learning. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think the thing with this tool is if a new artist, a young artist, wanted to get into it for a small collection, yeah, that's great. I think that one cool thing about this, and one like important note, is it's kind of made for the individual. Even more so than for a studio like us, because you can do so much with very little. I think, if you wanted to make a collection of 50, you can, but you could make just 50 assets and then put that in here and then make a collection of 1,000. That's kind of like the generative multiplier.
mm,
It's easy to grab a couple of traits together, or not even traits, because this doesn't have to be a portrait PFP style thing. It can really be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be 3D. It can be 2D. It can be 2.5D. It can move. It doesn't have to move. It's really very open ended.
mm.
Unreal is such a big program, with lots of stuff to explore and find. um, that the kind of the sky is the limit, really.
Awesome. Wow, that's an amazing. Again, it's one of my unplanned questions, so I hope that was really good. That's an amazing outlook to yeah, heartfelt as well. So thank you. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go into Ryan? Do you want to share any of the tool yourself? Just go into it a little bit. Do you want to do that, or do you want to go jump to another topic?
Um, yeah, we can. I can open up the tool
Awesome.
if we want to.
Uh, yeah,
I
go
just need
ahead.
to
I
join from
think
my other computer.
that's cool. Are you able to share? Is Oh, it's not in the same computer, is it, or is it? This is
No, it's not. Yeah, I just have to join. We'll get a new guest, basically.
okay. Okay, awesome. Straith, while he's doing that, do you want to add into anything about like the blogs that you guys have been working on? Because it's kind of like there's a lot there. Who would you say like it's aimed for? Is it aimed for other artists or just people like, or is it just anyone of I guess the backhouse users as well? Is it something they'd be able to participate in and kind of is it just like a like a creative insight to your minds and stuff like that, or
Yeah, I think part of it is an insight into what like we've been exploring and thinking about and preoccupied with as a team. I think broadly, like we want it to be useful to other creatives and designers and people who are building projects in Web3, whether you're part of like a project community that's already working with us or beyond. I think that said, kind of the point of anything in chain letter or sort of any channel that we operate in is that like it belongs to us, we operate it, but like it's also your space too. So if you have ideas for features, or if you have ideas for essays or topics that you'd want to share with us, like that's something that we're super open to. I think the issue that we shared of chain letter, interviews people who've been building in the space for quite some time, like Eric from Art Blocks and Shivani from Mocha. It also interviews people who are newer as artists, and sort of have emerging perspectives as well. So I think it's only by kind of like viewing the aggregate that you can get a lens into what's really happening. And that's what we're curious about, just a celebration of this moment. And so it's probably inherently specific. And that also would be like my advice for artists too. Like I think that the specific can be like much more powerful than the universal. And I think that there's like a lot of um, pressure to feel like you need to reach like 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people, or like, if I don't
mm,
get like X number of likes, like I'm a failure. But I think like it's something
guilty,
that
guilty. Yeah.
like, no, like that's like literally like the most human thing ever. But like to build something for yourself, especially if you're just trying something out for the first time, to build something for 10 people or 1,000 people is
Mm,
really, really valuable. And to kind of keep that laser focus is really precious. So yeah, we just wanted to share a little bit about what we're working on. I think we'll think about the next issue soon for August. So we are open to your ideas.
awesome. Ryan, you ready?
Yeah.
I think you can
I think
share.
we are.
Once you're sharing, I'll share it on stream.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you
Let me just
see?
kick the other one out. Oh, I kicked both out. Yeah, do you want to just, yeah, sorry.
Oh, rejoin.
Yeah,
Gotcha. No worries.
because I think two of them joined and then one started sharing. So, yeah, fun stuff.
Okay.
I love how Ryan PC joined. Like, welcome, Ryan PC.
Yes, that is me. That's the other me.
Most elite guest.
That's
Yeah,
the PC version of me.
yeah.
Yes,
Um, so
there
yeah,
she is.
here's one of these little blobby guys that you
Mm.
might have caught in chain letter.
Oh,
Um,
that's a lot better than the example I have. This is like developer level privilege right now. Like, yeah, it's already
um,
flashier than the article. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. So this is this is inside of the tool with a pretty full-fledged project.
Mm.
We're almost done with this project actually.
That's a
Um,
10th. I can see a 10th floor in that. That's pretty cool, man.
yeah, these are really cool. A lot of really intense work has gone into them. So I mean, yeah. So basically, like what we were talking about before, um, with making traits. This is everything's built in these blocks that we have, and this is the metadata generator block. But basically, this is where we would add add traits. So, like I said, everything needs a category, which these are defined as keys,
Mm,
and then a value. Um, is the kind of the specific trait that you would find. So everything has been added in. We right now have this is probably a little bit incorrect, but it's a 329. I think we have a few more than that. But that's the total pool of traits in this collection.
mm. I wish I
And
could zoom in, but there's no way for it to do so. I know it's
oh,
tough right now. Yeah.
yeah, I
Sure.
can't really make this any.
It's okay. It's okay. Again, don't
Yeah,
focus too much about showing like specific stuff because I think
yeah,
we're
yeah.
a bit limited in
Well,
stream. But
this is yeah. So this is the wow factor. We have this nice little random
what?
button, and basically you can
What
click
is that? The
this.
generate? Is that what generates stuff? Is that what happened?
So I've generated 100 pieces of metadata, and we can actually even go further than that. If I could, we could generate 10,000 pieces, and this is going to generate 10,000 unique little guys here, and it won't even take that long because
Right.
we actually have a custom C++ um, algorithm that we built for this that
That looks so good.
does
That
the
looks so.
generation
Hmm.
and checks for duplicates and all the above. And this is probably taking a little bit longer than it normally does because I'm sharing screen right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's under pressure.
yeah, we're under pressure right now.
Yeah.
'Cause this should have been done by now.
Hey, I have a sub question while it does stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a way for us to find all those back cows that never got generated? And is there a way for us to load up like traits that we like to generate the back cow we like? Is that even possible? Or in this
Um,
tool, if
I
we
mean,
get the
yeah. So
3D files, or sorry, go ahead.
um, I don't know if I can comment on 3D files
Okay, okay, no comments.
as much as I would love
I
to.
tried, boys. Ladies
And
and gentlemen, I did try, and I failed. I'm joking. I'm
as
feeling
yeah,
a bit
Let
so
us
nervous.
know he tried.
Yeah, I
yeah,
did try. I did try.
there
Go
there
ahead, Ryan.
was an
Yeah,
attempt.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as if and so that's one thing that I would like to do actually is put the BATCOWLS in here, and we can look at the BATCOWLS project file too because it is not in this tool. It was generated separately. It was made in Unreal, but the generation process
Why?
happened.
Why Unreal? Why Unreal?
Yeah, great question. Unreal is, for one, it's a real time render engine. So you can see this, like, I can click this and they generate and render like that. So
That looks like a gold version. Is that like a rare one? What's going on
um,
with that one? Wow, that looks good, man. Okay, I want.
rarity is no comment. On rarity. Um,
Hey, you're starting to sound like management right now. Stop it. All right.
oh no, I'm trying to keep the lawyers happy. Um,
Oh,
um,
that
But
is a
but yeah,
lie.
so it's a real time render engine, and basically that means things are happening in real time, even path tracing. So this is doing more of a offline render engine type of thing, path tracing or ray tracing, and it's doing it in Unreal, and you can see it's still happening really really fast. This bar is the render bar, and when that goes away, it's done. It did it. So just like that, in those few seconds, this image is done. It's good to go. So that's the main reason. I can have this on my computer by myself. We don't need a render farm, and I can render 10,000 of these things for whatever collection or whatever collection that we choose to do, or you. It's another reason we did it on Unreal for everyone else that doesn't have crazy hardware.
Mm.
Yes, it benefits from crazy hardware, and yes, I have better than your average person's hardware, or not even sometimes, because a lot of gaming hardware is also workstation hardware. so anyone that has a decent gaming computer can run this with ease just as fast or faster than me, depending on their specific rig. Um,
With the
um,
downloads, sorry, I don't want to ruin your
mhm.
thread too much, but
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah.
with the downloads of, 'cause you said there's 3,000 that's been downloaded the first day, right? Straight, you said that.
Hmm.
Yep.
Has that gone up? It's been a week, right, or almost a
Yeah.
week since that. Has that gone up? And do you guys plan on, like, along with those tutorials, do you plan on giving maybe like sample files to get going, and or would it
Yeah, I
where?
think we're definitely looking at how we'll provide additional education and support for this, like with the broader mission around, this being something that will make creating this way more accessible. I think we want to
Hmm.
think about like what the right education resources are. I think we crossed 11,000 downloads on Friday, so we're seeing between like 800 around 800 downloads a day, which is really cool. So we're also really excited to start seeing what people are making with it as well. um,
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I,
helping y'all get started is going to be a key point of focus for us over the course of the next couple weeks.
Hmm.
I have an obvious question, and by the way, you can get the lawyers in for this one, so it's a warning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a warning. Um, why are you releasing this generative tool at this point to educate not just, I guess, NFT creators, but the community itself? Is it? I just keep thinking that, can we load our cows here at some point and start playing with the suits? What is the what is the art of the possible right now with this tool? Or is it just solely for our own projects? Or are we, again, I don't even know if you're allowed to say it, but it okay, tell me, is it possible to load our cows here and play with our suits? I'm not asking if will it happen. I'm saying, can it, is it possible? That's all asking. Are you
Uh,
allowed to answer that?
I mean, theoretically, anything is possible. Um,
Okay.
so, answer, non-answer. Um, uh, I mean,
I know how Straith is putting a poker face on, but go ahead, Ryan.
what one of the another reason for Unreal is that it is 3D. So I can actually pop out of our camera right here, and you can see the side of this thing, and I can
Whoa.
generate, and it'll generate the full 3D scene for this, and we can run around it.
Okay,
Um,
stop. So are you saying that if when we, yeah, I guess if we load our back house and if we got a 3D files, we can switch, turn it around, right? We could. Wow.
um,
I mean,
yeah,
possibly.
yeah,
Possible. I mean, possibility. Yeah.
that is definitely a possibility. That would be something that I am interested in doing, to maybe do some light animation on the cows. I would love for to give turntables of the cows. That would be really cool. I think it's with the proper files. Yeah, that everything can be brought into this tool.
Yeah, I think for this tool specifically, when we think about how we might use it, it will be for new collections, right? And so
Hmm.
this might be something that we use for a future in-world collection, right? And that
Hmm.
hasn't been defined yet, but that's something that we're thinking about right now. And that's also an area where like your input is incredibly valuable because we're thinking about like what that next collection will be. Like, will it be utility belts? Will it be bat suits? Will it be Batmobiles? Like, so not to necessarily like we actually aren't really talking about how this might apply to cows specifically, although I expect we will, but how might this tool be used for further collections that build out the world that we're in is something that we're really excited to
Mhm.
investigate.
So, before we go into the new collection, um, just gonna quickly share a. Okay, I'm gonna quickly share a video that I did with Pirate Bro, and how about? I mean, I'm just gonna ask: is it possible to get something like this before we go? And I understand that, and this is a big topic, this new collection thing. But I was just looking at this the other day, and I just wanted to quickly share it before we get into that because I absolutely love that idea. Um, so give me a second. But please let me just humor me with this because you guys are here, and so um I don't know if audio will be shared here, but
That would be
Oh, that
insane.
would be fun if Palm created like you said, like a blender where we can actually see a hypothetical cow that we
Our
can't mint.
combinations, yeah.
Yep, that would be fun. I think a
So
lot of cow nerds would have fun with
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
I think there's two things that Palm could release. So I could just make content forever in it. One is the unreleased cows, the
Hmm.
200,000, and then one is put it in the blender what you want to see.
Yep.
and
Yep.
and keep clicking on regenerate, because obviously even the like how it combines, that could be
Hmm.
random, right? Like the combinations of
Yep.
like, can you imagine? That's why there's
Yeah.
3
That would.
billion, because that's why there's 3 billion. And that would
Yep.
mean we would always forever search for something that would trump the other person's creation, you know? And we
Yep.
would have
Yep.
so much goddamn fun. So
We would have a lot of fun doing that. I think that's cow nerd time, big time, right there. I, w- I would be nerding out. I would try to create something that's even crazier than what you created.
that would be
Oh, that
insane.
would be fun.
so obviously don't have to comment too much into that, but is it possible to kind of just see before we talk about new collections, like there's like materials like back cow that we didn't see, materials that didn't make it, pieces that didn't make it in the back cow collection. Is there anything you can say about that? I'll open the floor quickly before we move on to obviously like the any new idea, new collections.
I don't know if there's anything we can say about that, but it makes me so sad that Bat Cow is not out here in the world with us. Bat
Yeah.
Cow is the one that got away
Is
from
that
me.
the only one? Is that the only one that didn't make it, or is there a few
No,
more? Is that this is it? Only back cow didn't make it.
I think
Um,
there's more that didn't make it.
I think there might be a few more um, that didn't make it. I think it's a little hard to quantify just because we have
Mhm.
we had
So many.
so many materials, and also there's so much metadata that would have to be combed through. Um,
Is there any like um attachments or head mods or whatever else that didn't make it, or is
all the meshes made it.
all the meshes made it? Okay,
Yeah,
so
all the
just
meshes.
so only certain materials didn't make it.
Hmm.
Well, it
Yeah,
made it in back cow year one anyway, which is amazing. That was a great like piece of work.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
and that was definitely like the our desire behind the retrospective or the back out year one. Sorry, um,
mm,
was to show off everything that we did, even if it might not have made it exactly into the collection. All the cool things, some different angles, some fun things about the box. Because we had really only seen the box from the video.
mm.
So now we got to look at the inside of the box, and some other fun things like that. And that was kind of like or at least one of the things that I really loved about
Mm.
year one.
Straith, anything on year one? It's great.
Yeah, I mean, I like this project as a whole has been so special to us. I can't overstate the impact of it. Like
Mm,
personally, like professionally, like I think
mm,
you've heard from us and you've heard from more of our team about what it means. I think like when we started thinking about how to mark this anniversary, like I think it was Caitlin who was like, we got to write a book about it. And I think like the other piece that helped bring that into form was the input of
mm,
like you and a lot of the other contributors to this project who we asked about like the experiences that shaped them over the past year, and that like provided not only the content but the structure too. So like to be able to reflect on what's happened over the course of the past year, to be able to like hear it in like your words and in the words of the community, but also to take this as a time to like document everything that we've built, like everything that Ryan and the design team has built, was like really, really moving. Like a lot of process went
mm.
into this. And it would be like my like love. It would be such a highlight to see this thing printed out as like a big coffee table book, a big
I
comic
just
as
want to
well.
say, to those that you know, everybody, we argue a lot over at the like we spent a lot of time together over spaces and
Yeah.
whatever else. But there was a collective time where we were like, man, we went through the book last night and it moved us
Oh,
collectively, wherever else, whoever else I ask. And yeah, it was great, guys. And I can't wait to see what you guys do for the next year, for the year. But just know that, like, I know you guys worry a lot as well about the reception of things. And I'll do my part to try and get as much feedback, especially for this topic, obviously, which is the new collections. So, guys, if there's anything you want, to see, like a new collection that you want to see, obviously, probably within DC at the moment, right? So, what is that? What does that mean to you? What is, you know, not just say it on chat or in comments or in Twitter. I mean, they're only there. They're there. You know, just post something. Tag the back house. You know, they'll see it.
yeah.
Um, but just to say on that point, is there a way we can like have a look at and play around with that generative tool, the 2 billion possible combinations of cows? Is there, I guess you don't have to say again, you can just say, is it possible to be able to generate those in the future, or is that something up for discussion still? That, because that would be cool. You can just say no quickly, but I'm just putting it out there because we
I think
just
it's something that we can investigate. Yeah, we don't have an answer for you right now, but it's
yeah,
something that, like, I mean,
mm,
this is super valuable input. So
yeah.
as we think about like our roadmap, like this is something that we want to take into account, but we don't have an answer for you on that now.
No, no, that's okay. And obviously the other thing would be, some of the guys are interested in is, there was an idea about taking a trait and then putting it into like your ultimate cowl or whatever. But me personally, I would say, yeah, let's not touch the cowl, but we can definitely play around with the suits, in the tool. If that was ever an option, then oh my god, can you imagine, like, obviously with the materials that you have in your cowl, but holy, like the suit, man, the suit, and then walk around in conventions with it. I mean, that would be that would be something. Um, okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about around the tool, Ryan? Yeah, okay, just
Yeah,
go
no,
for it.
I
Like,
no, yeah, I mean, I think we gave a pretty good dive into it. Still
okay.
happy to also open up the the back cows
Yes, let's do that
Unreal
to the next.
file.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't open it up.
I'm
It's
sorry. I've been to yeah, I mean, this has been fun and stuff, and we can talk for
yeah,
hours. But yeah, maybe the last, if you've got 20 minutes, that we could talk about the cows. Go
um
ahead, Ryan.
yeah,
Ryan
yeah.
DC, it's your turn.
It's it
There
is
we
it
go, Ryan PC.
okay. So
Oh
this is
no, you're not gonna do this to me. No, oh my god, what is that? Why do
um
you guys keep doing this to me? Honestly, everyone in Palm Team has something. What is that, by the way? And why do I not have it? Huh? What is this? This is
so
just
yeah,
mean.
this is this is not as flashy, I think, as
Are you
the
kidding me? This is
no
the best back cow I've ever seen in my life. What do you mean it's not as flashy? No,
no,
stop it.
the interface isn't as flashy as our new tool. These are all just pieces that go on and off.
Oh no, stop. Ah,
Uh, but this is
no.
so this is also in
Hey,
Unreal.
can you change the eyes to a spike cow? Can you do that? Can you get a spike?
Yeah,
Oh, can you make it the same mesh as the
the
actually
same.
can you add a force field? Can you make it a force field? Can you make it
Oh,
a can
make
you
it in a
make it a
force field.
yeah, can you make it a blue force field?
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite material.
Which were
Stop it. You're
those?
speaking to my heart, Straith. Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, can you do everything as a force field? And green and blue maybe for everything? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh
Ooh,
my god.
I didn't pull it. There it is.
So,
Yeah,
oh my god.
that's a that's that's something special.
Oh my god.
Maybe
But
I'll
it's looking really transparent right now. Is that
It
because
is.
maybe we
Yeah,
need to add a third material to do the base structure. Could you do League of Shadows as a third material, please?
we can do League of Shadows as a third material.
Thank you. Like maybe underneath to kind of give it some.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah. No pressure, Ryan.
Um,
Make it
what?
look good, man.
I would love to make this look good, but it's.
Oh,
I think we've. Oh, there it is. Okay.
okay.
It needed a second to update. Um, so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Phone. Yeah.
This is
So
not
this is.
looking as good as I want it, but yeah. I
We
guess
could
the
toss.
Batman. Oh, did you just throw Harley
Harley.
Quinn in there just to mess with me even more?
We could throw some
Oh
Harley
yeah.
in there.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Harley and League of Shadows. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Harley's joining the
I'm
League
happy.
of
I'm happy.
Shadows.
Okay,
Um,
I'll go and take this one, please, as an honorary. Thank you.
yeah. So yeah, this is our base file for this. Everything was still rendered in Unreal, but
Mm,
like I said, it was a different process than our tool. It was a little bit. Um, we had there was separate functions happening that were combined in Unreal.
mm.
Versus whereas now we have everything happening all in Unreal, and we were able to click that random button and generate new things. That is impossible here. These are all just the different meshes, so like we can turn things on and off.
Hmm. Sorry,
Um,
can I request some more? Can you add a bat shock on the left, and then can you add 3 mods or something? Like the rarest ones, not that one.
uh, this is a
Yeah,
bad.
that one, and then what's then maybe two more earpieces like on each side, not that one. Maybe like the two rarest ones. The Is it the bat shock? That's it, and then okay, is that a third material on the ear?
Yeah, so all the these that nothing updates automatically like with our tool, so everything has to be kind of um input manually like this. Like
Oh,
I'm
that looks so good. Wow. That looks amazing. Oh
but
my
yeah, we
god.
can even if we wanted to pop out and like look at it from the
Oh
side,
no.
um we can see a little peek around the side of this guy. um
Oh my god. You're killing
yeah.
me, man. You're killing me, man. Oh my god, this is an angle I've never seen before.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah,
anyway.
definitely. Maybe in some of the teaser images, this angle might have been in it. Um,
So how
yeah,
comes so I guess even the coverage of it was random, right? Because I know that let's say some Harley Quinns came out like there's only a tiny bit, like it's only a tiny bit there, and like
yeah.
and
So
then
so
split them up.
everything was broken up into like material selections. So right here we have this cowl, and all the blue is one material selection, and the green is another. Um, so those don't always have to be the same. They can be different things.
Mm,
And
okay.
likewise with this domino here, you can see that we have the red and then the green again, and these will match up sometimes. Most of the time they'll match up, but there is course for a third material to pop in to populate one of those slots.
Mm. Sorry, I just can't get over the cowl that you just shown me. Yeah, you lead this one. So is there okay. So you guys did all the meshes, did you say? Like all the like the earpieces, the head mods, the all the
Hmm.
jaws, all the dominoes, you put all that in. But yeah, I guess and
Yeah.
then you just let the machine run and generate however many. Was it on mint? When people minted, did it suddenly create one in the box? Is that how it worked? Was it on
No.
mint generating it? Or okay. So
No. Yeah, that's oh, well, very few collections actually take that approach because so much can go wrong.
mm,
And we definitely wanted to prioritize quality and stability of the collection as a whole.
okay. Um I don't know. Sorry, I'm struggling. Maybe yeah. This cow is like distracting me. So Uh, so okay, so so once it's minted out, then you press like generate basically, right? There was a moment where you go generate, and then that's where it went, and then
Yeah, so it functioned a little bit differently from the tool that we were looking at before,
mm,
because it was two separate functions, for the generation versus for all of the, all this like the fun material work and all the mesh
mm.
work in Unreal.
Sorry, can you
So it was
add?
more like,
Sorry, can you add Killing Joke as a background? So like the red one. Sorry, I'm just
oh
leave
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
There we
Yes.
go.
Thank you.
Nice.
You like that one, Straith?
It
This,
looks
Straith?
sick.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
fun
yeah,
to read these too.
yeah,
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
yeah.
We don't actually.
No,
I don't actually. I just want to do this with you all day. But yes, go ahead.
yeah. No,
That was great.
was definitely a a point of fun back when we were designing the collection and everything. It was just to pop this open, hop on a call, and then just like drop different stuff. Because I mean, we could do that all day.
Yeah.
I could just go
It's
in
pretty
here,
addictive.
pop some stuff
Hey,
on,
hey.
and
So I dare you to beat that one. Okay, you're doing it. Okay. All right. Let's just do
beat
this
this
for the
one.
next 10 minutes. Show me your best creation, baby. Let's go. Go.
Oh
Five
man,
minutes is yours. And then let's straight do one as well. Because I've done mine. All right? Let's do it. And let's not
yeah.
hug the spotlight. Let's have one bat cowl each, guys. Now that the tool is here. Let's go, baby. And if you weren't on here and then stream, I'm so sorry, guys. This is so fun. I apologize in advance. But sorry not
Yeah. All
again.
right. Straith, what do you want?
I want a little bat cow.
A little
Yeah,
one.
that cow. We
Are
can.
you gonna have the actual bat cow material? Oh, we're gonna have her.
Yeah,
Finally.
there it is. Oh, this actually isn't the. Is this not the most up to date? This might not be
Wow.
the newest
That's like
back cow
Catwoman
material,
there as well. Yeah.
because there should be a little star. We want a little star on it.
Yeah.
Where is our little star?
My God, the guys are gonna go insane. I'm gonna screenshot some of this and post it on chat, and I'll just tease the heck out of them. Oh man, I'm gonna be so mean about this. It's gonna be
Where is
great.
this? Might be a slightly older.
Cool. And I
Oh,
have a question. Why
that's
why is the
embarrassing.
force field not a ball? Or is that just one of them things that it just looks like transparent? This is nice.
Um,
This is nice. Very
this
nice.
is the back cow. There should be a star. I'm
This is
embarrassed.
the ultimate bat cow. Yeah.
This is a slightly out of date version of this texture, I think.
Hmm.
Hey,
Because
she looks
they're
beautiful.
Hey, she's perfect, man. Yeah.
She's perfect. She doesn't
Yeah.
need a little star. We got her.
And she
yeah,
doesn't even need any more attachment. She's just whatever she is, she's perfect.
she got all of them.
She
Ryan,
literally has them all.
The ears.
Ryan, what about you, man? You're not gonna create anything, or you don't have
Yeah,
anything on hand that
I definitely like. Actually, I really like the mesh setup we have here. These are probably my. Well, no, I gotta say this. Obviously, the spike is the best one.
I mean, you
Um,
have to combine the spike and the rebreather just
yeah.
to tease everyone. Yeah, just because it
Um,
did me.
but I love these
Ooh, I like how
materials.
the spike is different as well.
Yeah, so the
Ooh.
spikes are really good for showing off these resin materials that have some of this the subsurface look, so you can see kind of like light passing through
Ooh,
them.
baby, we are talking
Um,
now. Hmm.
so I'm a big fan of these materials
Oh, we're going
that
red, are we? Okay.
yeah, even
Right.
these polished ones look so good too.
Hmm.
Um,
But they're common though, usually. That's what's
these
happened.
this is a little bit more yeah, definitely a common deal, but it's so cool. I love the resin. Um, even though it turned out a little bit more
I've
common.
switched off the brain questions, by the way. Now we're just enjoying ourselves. So,
We're having
chat,
fun.
chill now. There's no more complicated questions. I'm done. I'm done.
Um,
Ah,
this is a pretty
when?
good one.
Sorry, when can I do this?
Yeah,
Never, never, ever,
that's
ever,
cool.
ever. Oh man, this is
Looks
so
sick,
cool.
Ryan.
Oh, What is that material? That didn't make it, did it?
I think it did.
No. What material is that?
This is one of our UV materials, and I don't know the
Phosphorescent?
exact. Hmm?
Phosphorescent? Is it?
Yeah, yes, it's
Yeah.
the phosphorescent ones. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Let me.
forgot
I'm
the
not.
end name of them off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I
just
know more of the
volcanic.
internal file names.
Yeah, and I don't wanna. Yeah.
um,
Okay. So this is your cow.
this
Okay.
is a cool one. I like this one. I wouldn't
Mm.
say I have any cow in particular. I like them all.
Yeah. I mean, every cow is a one of one. So
Yeah,
um, you can't have the same one that another one has. So
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my
I
god,
would
I love it so much.
yeah. I mean, and some of the I really liked some of the honoraries we did. Those were
Yeah.
very fun.
Cool.
Um,
Hmm.
and those were actually we rendered those in Unreal 5, so a slightly newer version of Unreal,
Hmm.
and they're ever so slightly like higher quality.
Hmm.
The only reason we didn't use Unreal 5 was because at the time it was slightly more unstable, and we tried it and we were running into some issues, so we
Right.
downgraded for the stability of this
Right.
version of Unreal
Right.
4.27.
Right. The
Um,
backhow collection is amazing as
yeah,
it is, man.
it
Like
is. You
I'm
know,
not joking. Like I don't know of anything that's blown me away when I saw Batman. Like my love for Batman and for what you guys have done. And I know that it was generative and it was random, but goddamn, it's beautiful, man. Like no, don't
I
say that.
mean
Like I
that's
don't know what kind of difference would Unreal 5 make though. Is it things that you stare at and it looks a lot more HD or what? How
a
does
little
what do you
bit,
mean?
yeah. So I mean, you'll notice if you do start making anything in our new tool, that's actually Unreal 5.1. So that just opens up support for path tracing and just overall higher quality like reflections and transparency, global illumination, just everything. I mean, it's a new version. They ramped stuff up. They made things better. Not to say that 4 was bad or the back cows aren't beautiful, because they really are, and we really spent a long time, even though it was generative, making sure that all the colors worked together depending on how they shook up in the end. There are lots and lots and lots of time between lots of people went into making sure that this is generative, but it still needs to like work on a fundamental level.
Hmm. So I'm gonna ask the $1 million question as to again get the lawyers out, but I mean, how far are we from like, is it possible to have this? And is it game ready? Is it like, yeah? Anyone can answer that. I hear silence, but go ahead.
The
Anyone?
what game ready?
Are these cows game ready in the future? Potentially, could they potentially be in a 3D game like Arkham City or whatever in the Web3? Is it a possibility? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying it will come or whatnot, but I
We
guess
can say,
Andrew did answer. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, we
Sure.
can say it's a possibility, but we can't say more than that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm happy with that. Um. Okay. I'm looking for my questions, and I think we've answered all of them. I know that Andrew did hint on physical one of ones, guys. If you haven't watched, I posted a video up. He did a surprise AMA on Spaces, where he did drop the physical hint about, um, well, potentially sharing one of ones. Well, having your physical cows printed out and wearable potentially to size. So these
Mhm.
guys have to get your head shape and head sizes to get uh but then he hinted it as a physical merch possibility, so that was a bomb that's been dropped this weekend. So check out one of my other videos. But I'm gonna open the floor. Is there anything that you want to close out on? Is there an extra topic that you want to cover that we haven't covered that you wanted to cover today?
I don't think so. I feel like we've covered so much ground. I think that the only way that I close is that like this project is so special to us, and working in and for this community means so much to us. Like we're so excited for the experiences that we're working on now. And to be able to bring those out and to develop those like with your input is really exciting. I think you can see like we love the process behind this. Being able to share it with you also means a lot. So if as you like encounter any questions about like what we've made and sort of the content behind it, the design process behind it, like we're here for you as a resource.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome, Straith. We're gonna get a lot more questions now.
Okay,
Um,
great.
Ryan, anything else to close out?
No, yeah. I mean, same, really. Uh, we really love the support and all of the encouragement and just all the everything that the backhouse community provides and does is just like amazing. It's been amazing to be a part of this journey. So thank you, thank
No, thank you both.
everyone.
Thank you both. Thank you, Palm Team. It's an ongoing project, so I can see, this is like write your own. As much as we write our own comics, um, this is like Straith and Ryan coming up here, guys, to say, what do you want? We'll build it. Let's build it together. Hell, here's the tools that we build. Let's share it together. Let's learn it together. Obviously, that's a lot more difficult now to kind of put in play because you have to download it, you have to learn it, and looking forward to those tutorials, guys. But yeah, like I said, this is interesting. I'll see you guys on the AMA tomorrow. Anyway, um, for the well, not tomorrow, but it's probably this video is probably going to release a bit more. But hope that AMA was good too. But but yeah. So I just want to close out there. Thank you so much, and I cannot wait to see what else you guys come out with. You know, it's been awesome so far. So that was it. That's it for now. And yeah, I welcome you back anytime you like to kind of feature whatever you like on my channel. So it's been amazing. Thank you so much. Should close out there.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.